Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Lisa's Love and Light. Thank you all for being here today. Happy Thursday. One more day to go before Friday. And the weather is nice outside. It's going to get cold again, so enjoy today's weather. If you have time today, go for a walk, take your pet out, do something uplifting. So, guys, I really appreciate you guys, and I appreciate the fact that you're sharing my videos because I'm noticing they're being shared in the comments. Thank you all for that. I really appreciate this. And continue to show up at this channel, on this channel. Monday through Friday, I'm here. As I always say, I can't guarantee a time as to what time I'm going to come on because of my busy schedule, but I will be here Monday through Friday to uplift, encourage you. Now, for newcomers, welcome. And I want to say this is a no judgment zone here. We don't judge other people. What we do is we help others. Through my personal experiences with grief, depression, pain, and loss, trauma and all those things. And what I do here, I'm not a certified therapist or a social worker. I don't have a degree in that category. I'm someone who's gone through, my like so much of pain and grief and loss that I could write a book on it. And I didn't have the support system like some people do with family, friends, partners, etc. I was just stripped to nothing and was in a lot of pain. So I turned to God and I turned within, to heal. And I talk about some of those ways I do that. I give metaphors, examples, illustrations, etc. So keep tuning in because today, if you don't hear anything that resonates with you, you might hear something the next day. So just keep tuning in here because I'm sharing these things because if I can do this by myself with God only, because I had no people around me to support me, just God and myself. If I can do it, you can do it too, people. I know it's not easy, but don't give in and don't give up. Invest always in yourself, your mental and physical healing is so important. You're going to have the good days and then you're going to have the not so good days. Like I said yesterday on a prior video, if you take a step, even a half step, God is going to do the rest. You step out, God is going to take two steps. He's going to lift you up as you pray and ask Him and you do the work. And the work may be things to just keep you uplifted, to build up your self esteem, like music, just meditation, prayer with God, asking Him to help you. He will help you if you're sincere, genuine, and you don't have negative intentions, and you're serious about your healing. He will take that step and two and three steps to help you. And I'm living proof of that. So, guys, the topic of discussion today is stay strong and stay focused. Because sometimes it's easy to just want to give up because of all the things that's going on in this world today. The disrespect, people just, on misery. And some people like drama and they like confusion and all craziness and they want to, and when they see that you're at peace in your lane, minding your business, investing in yourself, lifting yourself up, they want to come in and throw a monkey wrench into that and create some drama and some hell and negativity. And what I find is that when you cut people off who are toxic, sometimes they want to stick it to you. I'm going to knock you off that high horse you on. Well, first of all, I'm not on the high horse. Second of all, I've made some vows to God, which I intend to keep. I don't care who, like, what, when, why, or whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm staying focused. I'm staying in prayer. And I'm staying close to God. And as I said yesterday, I transmute energy and give it to God. So all this negative, toxic stuff, God has it now. And if people think they're going to come against him, that's not even funny. It's just, people are just set in their way of thinking and delusion. And, you know, and I can't focus on that. I have to focus on me, my growth, investment. You know, it's important to invest in your mental, physical health because, as I said, as I always say, that if you don't invest in yourself and give love to yourself, how do you expect to love someone else? And how do you expect to receive love from others? You know, it's important. We can't help ourselves. We can't work. We can't take care of anything if we don't take care of our physical and mental health. So, what I decided to do with all the negativity coming from family relationships, you know, business situations, etc., I chose me and I chose God. And I started to do the work. And I still do the work today. You know, it's easier because I don't have the drama around me. I don't have the negativity. And they've been trying, trust me, you know, with the fake emails of scams trying to get to me, fake numbers, fake profiles, you know, because some people from the past don't want to let go. They don't have a choice because I am never returning and trying to set me up for anything. I'm transmuting that to God. And remember, God sees everything. He sees all the details of premeditated plans and setups and whatever, you know, and I give it to him and he does the rest, you know, because I'm in my lane and I'm supposed to love me and I'm supposed to build myself up. I'm supposed to heal from trauma and inner um, child wounds and things of that nature, you know, so that I can be better, so I can elevate and be the best version of myself, you know. And when we do this, we feel better, we do better, and we clear the clutter out of our lives. And also, I want to say this, I can't emphasize this enough. Um, Sometimes people are not meant to be in our life. They're only, you know, when I talk about people come and places and situations come into our life, a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Well, I'm going to add or a lesson to that because, you know, sometimes people and situations come into our life for a lesson. They're not supposed to stay there like happily ever after because there's nothing happy ever after about these things. They're toxic. Many of them are toxic situations, and we're supposed to be learning lessons from it so that we learn and we can close and padlock the door to that toxic situation and toxic past. People are not supposed to reconcile and come back for round two and three. We're supposed to learn the lesson the first time around so that we don't have to repeat it, because as I always say, when you repeat lessons, when that will spin around again and that lesson come back around, it may be in a different shape or form, but that lesson is going to be worse than the first one that took place. So we're supposed to learn a lesson, close the door, thank God for it, and keep moving and keep, you know, working on ourselves, you know. And it's not easy, but it's worth it because peace is better than being in pieces. I always say that, you know. um I stay in prayer, like I said. It is okay to be yourself. I never try to fit in with the in crowd and, you know, fake love bombing, fake hugs, fake kisses, fake this, fake that. You know, I always try to be my authentic self. I am my authentic self, you know, not trying to follow the crowd. I have always marched to the beat of a different drum, and I've always been considered the black sheep of the family, whatever. And it used to hurt me real bad, it used to make me just cry and feel so isolated. But God, like I said, lifted me up. Something transformed and happened to me when I lost everything. It was like Job in a Bible, you know, the part where he was just sitting there with nothing after he had been one of the wealthiest men at the time, and he lost everything because Satan wanted to test him and say that God, he was only serving God for the riches. So when Job, and then it got to the point where his wife told him, "Why don't you just curse God and die?" You know, and I was like really angry with God until God sat me down and make me understand. Look at what's happening around you. You know, during the shutdown, we all was sat down. You know, we couldn't go anywhere but to the supermarket and back home and look at your life. And I had to do that. And I had to go within to heal, prayer, meditation, music, lots of music, because music is a healing force. Pets are, and I lost my pet, that was like the last straw for me. But I have seen, and it's been confirmed to me what was happening, that the people around me didn't give a damn about me. They were using me for what they could get, um, just doing the most and the worst. And I had to see it for what it is behind that mask. The mask was twisted up and falling off, and I saw it for what it was, people doing the worst and the most, and I was still being subservient. And God said, no, no, this is not okay. And I had to make some changes in my life. And I'm glad I did, because it wasn't easy, but it was worth it because I don't have to deal with that. And people can jump up and down, twist on their head, whatever. I'm no more. I'm not interested in anything from the past because, as I say here to you guys, sometimes in life, people are not meant to stay in our life. They are meant for us to learn a lesson from whatever that situation is so that we can move forward. Close the door, padlock it, and move forward. And once that lesson is learned, then it doesn't have to re-enter our lives. A test may come where a situation in a different shape and form may try to resurface related to that situation. But if you learned the lesson, you will recognize that for what it is and close the door on it. That's what I do. And it does not matter to me like how people see me at this point in my life. It used to a long time ago, and that's why I learned that this is why I was being subservient. But now I'm comfortable with me, myself, and my own skin. I learned self-love and to, you know that I matter, that I'm important, and make myself as a priority. And it does not matter what people think of you as long as you're not disrespecting or deliberately hurting others. It doesn't matter at that point. You have to take care of yourself. Treat others the way that you want to be treated. That's so important. The law of the universe is do unto others as you want done to you. Do unto others as you want done to you. That's a universal law, because otherwise what happens is negative karma will take place if you're treating other people in a disrespectful manner and you're using people for your own personal reasons and doing the most and the worst to them. Karma will take place, and that's how it is. I'm going to use an example when it comes to karma, because sometimes karma doesn't happen right away. It may happen years later when people are older or whatever the case may be. But I like to think of it like the IRS. Like let's say, for example, a person owes the IRS $1,000, and they don't pay it within 30 days. They put it off and try to make arrangements later, etc. Well, the IRS may let that go for a while and you may not hear anything. But guess what's happening behind the scenes? Interest is being built up. Interest on top of interest on top of interest. So if you don't pay that, a year goes by. All the penalties and interest is building up. Another year go by and so forth, more interest. And then one day the IRS asks you to pay that bill. You got 30 days to pay that. And all the interest, it may be now, instead of $1,000, it may be a little over two grand or more because of all the interest. And then one day when you least expect, oh, okay, you got to pay up or else. Here's what's going to happen. They seize property, garnish your check, all these other things. You know what I mean. So karma is like that. People can think they're getting away with certain things. They could be behind the scenes doing stuff to you, laughing and doing a lot of stuff for entertainment, thinking it's funny, ha, and laughing and, having false people come towards you, to see what you got going on. Because remember, when I've cut people off, they don't have access to me. So they'll send somebody and do things and they think I don't know. I know. I stay close to God. I stay in prayer and I look for the signs. I'm not dumb, and I just, don't share my personal information. Like one person was contacting me about something over and over. I had, about some offer, and I sent that information to my attorney and found out it wasn't authentic. And I just shut it down. Because, like I said, one thing I have learned since being on this journey to heal is self discipline and not to make impulsive decisions. I used to do that with relationships too. Okay, one time I had met someone and we didn't know each other that well. Oh, we went out and then I was asked to go steady or whatever. And I'm like, okay, I don't do stuff like that anymore. I'm going to take my time with everything that I do. I'm not jumping, I'm not rushing, because you know why, guys? I learned to love myself and know that I'm worth it. I don't deserve toxicity. I don't deserve to be with in anything, My self-worth, I know what my self-worth is, and I know what I bring to the table. And it's not being conceited or anything. It's self-love. When you love yourself, you automatically and naturally want to take care of yourself. Make sure your health, physical and mental, and you stay on top of things, and you're not eager to go rush into something that can bring negativity and toxicity into your life. That's how I see it. And sure, I'll get to know people and stuff, but after a while, what happens is that a person gets tired, and that mask fall off and you see behind it. And then I say, okay, and it doesn't bother me as it used to, because I'm not the same person. Or everything I've gone through, especially losing my mother, which was very painful, and my dog, and people showed me who they were. I saw behind those masks, and I can't forget that. I can forgive, because the forgiveness is for me so that I can move on, but I won't allow myself to reconnect, because they already, if someone have shown you who they are already, you know, um, why would I reconnect with them? Because, like I said, certain people and situations are only there for the lesson. And once the lesson is learned, you can padlock and shut that door. And that's what I do. And it doesn't matter what they're talking about behind the scenes, because if you really want to know the truth of something, look at the life of the person who's saying negative things about someone who has nothing to do with them, who's not talking about them, who's not focused on them, but focused on their healing and growth and trying to help other people. But they're over there talking negativity, negative stuff. I see it for what it is. And then I just keep staying focused. That's why I so prayers. I talk to him about what I'm feeling, what's going on, and ask God to take care of it. And he has been taking care of things. And when people call me from the past about meeting in places and doing this, and I haven't heard from you in 2 years, three, no, we're going to leave that door padlocked. I'm not going to be nasty about it. Well, it's nice talking to you. Take care. I'm not re-entering anything from the past, because if it was meant to be there, they would have rode with me through the difficult times. And now that God has, I have done better with the healing and passed certain tests, and I'm feeling better and doing better, and I've learned self-love, and now people want to come back. No, they don't get to come back. They don't get to come back and eat at my table when I was down and down to the ground, and I was hurting and I was suffering. They wasn't there. They were nowhere around. So why do they need to come back now? I'm ready for the lifetime, and it's important to love yourself, people. Like I said, self-love can save your life, because you can get into make impulsive decisions and get into situations with people who don't mean you any good, and people who don't have pure intentions. And it's just because something looks good and sounds good doesn't mean it's good for you. So sometimes, it's important to take your time, so you can see the dotted line, you can see the fine print and see what's really going on, and that's what I do. Take my time, and I don't make impulsive decisions as I did in the past, and it took a while to get to this point because that's why I was having a lot of other problems, just letting any and everybody into my space, and they didn't belong there because some of these people did not have good intentions for me. So it's important to stay on this path, and just love yourself, you know and sometimes it's not easy for people to be alone, but it is for me at times. I can be alone, I can talk to people from time to time, but I love me. I'm worth it and I'm important, and I'm not allowing anyone in with the toxicity or to lower my self-esteem or try to lure me into some BS. I'm not doing it. I'm going to stay on this path. I'm going to stay in prayer, and more importantly, I'm going to be showing up on this channel to help other people. Just any information you hear about how I'm healing, it may resonate with you, because a lot of people are going through a lot of things, and some people talk about it, many others don't. They stay silent in pain and grief and hurting. But show up on a channel because we can talk about these things. And I use myself as an example because, like I said, it hasn't been easy at all, but it gets better as I continue to do therapy once a week, and I make that pro and con list. I make a goal list as well. And music for me, when I feel like, oh my God, because I have those days of grief, missing my mother, missing my dog, missing friends who passed away as well. And then I turn on some music, or watch something that uplift my spirit. Do things that's going to make you feel good. Like I said yesterday, buy that favorite blouse, go to that favorite restaurant, get your hair done, get your nails done, get that pedicure. Do things that make you feel good about yourself. That's part of self healing as well. We're going to be talking about other things, that you can do that helps to keep your spirit uplifted so that you can, vibe high. It's important. Well, that's the message today, guys, because I have to go at this time, but I will always show up to uplift you, encourage you, and I'll be back tomorrow with a new message. Share these videos, subscribe to the channel, and share with other people that are going through something, because you may not know everything that they may be going through, because some people talk, others don't, but send them here to these videos so that they can get uplifted. And also, what's important, whatever state or wherever you are from, Google a therapist, a grief therapist, because that's the starting point. And like I said about taking that first step, that's the first step. Find a therapist that you can, connect with, and then you start the process, and you stay on, you know you stay focused on that. And as you continue to bite through, persevere through these things, you will start to see improvement in your life, you know. And that's the message today. Everyone, go and enjoy this weather today, because after today I think it's going to get cold again. Take a walk. If you have pets, spend time with them. Do things that just make you feel really great about yourself. And it's a starting point. Well, that's it for today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. This is Lisa, always shedding love and light and encouraging you to be your best self and to invest in you. Thank you, guys. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.